And the kind of the custodians of this data are these chief data officers, which essentially are responsible for both the privacy and the use of data and consumption of data across the organization. How do you see these CDOs understanding and leveraging technologies like Leap Year here?
Well, I mean, the CDOs at the heart of the matter, first, they have a cross line of business view of the data. Right? So if you're in a large bank, the group CDO will see data coming from a credit cards, small business units, corporate side, capital market side, wealth. So it's the data sharing within the organization is typically illegal. Right? You have Chinese walls. So an investment banker cannot look at a credit card transaction from the retail side, for example. Well, with DPO, you can all of a sudden, right? So now the CDO can think of strategies to have different lines of business access data that was inaccessible by law or because of sensitivity. So to have a free analytical access to that data within lines of business, but also look at data in sensitive countries or countries that have very, very strong data protection laws like China, Brazil, Singapore, Switzerland. All of a sudden, the CDO can think of a strategy to have, a data scientist group sitting, say, in Bangalore, accessing data in Switzerland to run analytics, but without ever seeing the underlying data. So the CDO can really define strategy to consume data across the globe freely, across lines of business freely, and then beyond that is let their clients access that data again for analytical access. We don't share data ourselves. We share an analytical access to the data. So the clients can run their own analytics and run queries across the data sets coming from the bank or the financial organization.
And how do you think CDOs are? So what kind of challenges or issues do CDOs have when they're trying to adopt something like this? Because it looks like a great solution, both internally and externally to your organization, breaking down these silos of interoperability between functions and organizations. But what kind of hurdles and challenges do they come across?
Well, I mean, so on the positive side, I mean, there's a beautiful study that came out of CAP Gemini yesterday that was saying the impact of data sharing within 5 years is 2.4 to 9.4% of each company's revenues. So if you have a company that's has 10 billion revenues, the potential of data sharing could be $940 million in new revenues in 5 years. There's massive positive impact. So of course, compliance, chief risk officer, legal have to vet the approach, and that's what we have done repeatedly, both with our clients and clients, to show that to do CDO and all the compliance CISOs, CTOs within the organization, that our approach actually is protecting data without losing the statistical behavior of the underlying data. So we've done that with a number of firms, and you get, I mean, the data is protected by law and or because it's sensitive, right? So if you're a prime brokerage within a large organization, obviously your hedge fund clients don't want you to share your strategies and position with anybody else. So there's no law protecting that. It's a common business sense that the data is super sensitive. So with the CDO can see us as a way to both comply with the law and comply with the sensitive nature of the data sets that is sharing.
Okay, right. I get it. And so, getting the buy-in from various stakeholders within you, like the chief compliance officer, as you pointed out, and getting the buy-in of that, and also the regulators to say, look, this is the solution we've adopted is kind of key to sort of reducing the friction of adoption, as I call it. Yeah,
absolutely.
And then other solutions. So this could be applied to many places. So where else could Leap Year solution also be applied?
Well, I mean, you're talking financial services or outside as well?
Any areas really.
Financial services. So I mean, credit card companies, payment providers, large back office outsourcers, clearing houses, exchanges, large banks, large money managers, anybody with a large amount of client data and internal data is top of mind. government applications. I mean, if you take a look at the efforts in Europe to create health data hubs at the country level, the EU levels, I think also very, very interesting. And in general, I mean, any healthcare, health insurance applications, I think are very, very interesting to us.
It's something which is close to me because I work a lot with health insurance providers, and you're right, in terms of sharing patient data and patient rights is really important here in the US and protecting that. And so I see Leap here actually having a great play there in what it could do in potential there.
And again, it's really a step change in how you think about sharing and consuming data. It's not a marginal improvement of existing methods. It's not. We're not marginally improving anonymization and aggregation. We're a completely different way of protecting the data.